Oh, hello. Sorry, just working on a little project here. Taking my Loctite, purchased at Meijer, attempting to glue the spoon back together. It's turning into a project during this online learning. Working on it. You'll see in a minute why. Okay, so the first half of this unit was British reforms and revolutions, and we had some notes for me and my open book questions that are due today to turn in. And then the second part of this is we're going to look at the French. We've looked a little bit at the French before. Remember those revolutions where Prince Benedict said it's like a cold, and France gets something, and or France has a revolution, it spreads across Europe. No, not COVID-19. No. But it is like it's like a cold and it spreads, right? The revolutions in 1830, 1848, some socialist underpinnings, the ones that put Napoleon's relatives back in the back to the throne and made another republic. Again, France very unstable during this time period, so we're going to take a look at that. And look at some anti-Semitism that starts to build with this French soldier that was falsely accused of being a traitor. Alfred Dreyfus, or Dreyfus is the French might pronounce the name. So that is, it looks very, very similar to Friday, or to Monday, excuse me. You have some slides, and you're each going to get your own copy, and at the end of those slides is some questions on chapter 8.3 in the open book. And then there's a 9-minute video from me, yours truly, talking about some of the highlights of some of these revolutions and reforms took place in France. Again, 1830 to about 1900. Big overall overview of the situation. As soon as this opens up, I will explain what you're going to do. So, like you did on Monday, you're going to take notes based on the video, complete those notes, and then when this thing loads, you're going to look at questions from my open book, chapter 8.3. 198 to 200 is talking about the Dreyfus affair. You can either read the text section on that, or look this about 4-minute video that does a nice job explaining it as well. However you want to do it for questions numbers 4 to 6 there. Okay, a little look ahead Monday. So we're going to do a practice, and this is practice of some questions from the French Revolution. I'll call it a practice, if you will. And the procedure as it's laid out, I'm gonna post the review sheet, but again, I hesitated doing this. Talking to Ms. Campbell about it. I was talking to Ms. Campbell about it. I hesitated doing this review sheet because it basically is a look ahead, but there really is no need. Again, I can't emphasize this. No need to study in the traditional sense. It's just more for you knowing in advance what's going to get covered. So the document's attached, and it looks like a standard. There's not vocabulary or anything like that on it. It's just this what we've done this week: the French and the British revolutions, and talking about some of the question topics. The notes that you've done, the notes that I just you've looked at in the French and the British Revolution, the notes and the questions will be enough to help you with this. Don't need to go through and fill this out or anything like that. It's not anything like that. So on Monday, so 15 to 20 multiple choice questions on synergy assessment, and you're going to review. You're going to take that open note questions. So the browser won't be locked. You're allowed to use your notes. You'll have the other tab to open them up, and then you'll be able to, once you've submitted that, review and make note of the incorrect questions, and then you're going to again. I'm going to make a change here in the middle of the video. if it opens up. Get my fat face out of the way. You're going to, I said, review, make note of incorrect questions. And then you're going to make note of the correct questions and reread, determine right answers, right? To determine correct answers. So to read the questions, review, determine the correct answers. And then there'll be another copy of that assessment is the way we're planning it now to retake if you wish for a replacement grade. If you got 95 on that first one and you're good with that, if you got 90 on the first one, you're good with that, which is a very fine score. Don't worry about it. If you got like 50 or 60, you will want to reconsider looking at the questions and what you got wrong and redoing it. And again, it's only 15 to 20, so you've got time to look at the notes as you're going along with the questions. So there's no rush or anything, and that will be Monday's activity. Again, you can look at the list if you want to kind of know what you should be on the lookout for. Again, it's not, you don't have to like study and there's going to be closed note and you have to do quizzes, nothing like that. More think about it like, like if I were to pop up a quizzes or Kahoot in class, or if we were to do like a formative, more the equivalent to this is more like formative assessment, or a quick check in class. Remember, we do those quick checks in class. Sometimes that's really what more this is like. It's just a little bit different procedure because of online. That's what I would equate this to. So again, I'm just telling you for the purposes of letting you know. Some of you like heads up, but it's nothing to panic over, nothing to worry about. You'll have, open note, a couple of different opportunities to make sure that you get the correct ones. We've done numerous things like this before, even before we went online, where I would tell you, hey, answer these questions as many times as you need to get them correct. You're just doing that for these two particular sections of the British and French revolutions, just to kind of check and make sure where we're at and so on as a check. Okay, so that views what we're doing. So that therefore makes it imperative that you get those British and Reforms and Revolutions done, chapter 8.2 in my open book, due today to turn in, and then the French Reforms and Revolutions, that's due on Friday. And again, this week, and the reason why I said this is Monday, this week we don't have anything going on Friday. It was a day off in the school calendar, therefore it's going to be a day off for Good Friday in the online calendar, so to speak, as we'll call it now. Okay, questions? See me on office hours, email, remind text, classroom private message, all the traditional ways. Oh, wait a minute. So I'll resume my spinning the spoon back together as these open note corrections and multiple chances to do test questions. So I'm going to open up my Loctite. The spoon is emergency mending of the spoon for online learning. Bye.